Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as promised, today I'm going to share with you my new perfume tray and the fragrances I've chosen to display, and this is kind of what I would consider to be like my winter/December rotation. Of course, I will be switching out some of these perfumes, but I thought I would just have a really nice chill morning with you guys and sip on some coffee and go through the perfumes. Yeah, and let you know my thoughts on them and stuff like that. So I hope that you're excited to see this video. Make yourself a cup of coffee, get cozy, and if you haven't already subscribed, I would absolutely love if you would consider hitting on down and hitting the subscribe button, and make sure that your notification bell is turned on so that you don't miss any of my future uploads. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so for those of you who are new to my channel, who have never been here before, I'll just give you a quick rundown of how I had my perfume stored before this tray, because this has been a long time coming. I've always really wanted a tiered perfume tray to store my perfumes because I think it looks so pretty, and it also gives it some height versus always being flat on a surface. So before I had this tray, my perfumes were all lined up front to back on the shelf as well as on the two bottom shelves there, and it just looked really cluttered. I liked that I could see all of them. I liked that they were all out in plain view, but it just looked very, very cluttered, and the perfumes didn't look very happy together. They were all squished together. And of course, then it was also very difficult to move them into the closet away from the heat and the light. So I wanted to have a really nice way to display them so that if I was going out of town for a few days, I could very easily just take the entire tray and put them in the closet and keep them away from heat and light. So that's kind of where this whole three-tiered tray idea came from. I also do have other decorative trays, but like I said, I always wanted one that had different levels on it, so I'll probably cycle through my trays. I do tend to get bored of my surroundings very easily and switch things up. If you watch my channel, you know I'm always redecorating and reorganizing. But yeah, I'm really happy with this tray. And if you're interested in a tray like this, I will have this exact one linked down below. It was very affordable and very easy to set up. So before we begin the video, I also want to give a shout out to Rose Forever. This video is not sponsored, but I always get questions about where are your flowers from, and this is an absolutely amazing company from New York. I wonder if I can take this off. They're an absolutely amazing company from New York called Rose Forever, and they have been kind enough to gift me on two separate occasions some of these beautiful roses, and they just make the absolute best prop for my videos. They look so pretty. They make beautiful home decor. So if you're interested in these or any similar roses, I highly suggest checking out their website. I will put a link to them down below as well. So my vision for this tray was to have all the perfumes out that were perfect for this time of year. As many of you know, I do live in Canada, so this is one of the coldest months for us in December. We have a lot of snow on the ground, and it's just the perfect time to break out those syrupy, sweet fragrances that are a little bit too dense or too thick to wear any other time of year. And I also just have some on here that I haven't given enough attention to since I've purchased them, or maybe they're brand new and I really want to try wearing them. And I also have a couple of like oldies but goodies on here that I just want to remind myself to wear, because the trouble with having a large perfume collection, as much as I love it, the trouble is that then you don't give enough attention to some of your perfumes, and I certainly don't want them to go bad. So on my top tier, we have MAC Velvet Teddy. This is a new one to my collection. I just did a review of all of the MAC fragrances. If you're interested, it should be in the end screen for my most recent upload. And this is a really boozy, delicious tobacco. By the way, I'm not going to go super in depth with the notes and stuff like that. I'll just kind of give you like a quick rundown of how long I've had it and what it smells like. So this is a delicious honey tobacco scent, a little bit masculine, but definitely feminine enough to be worn by a woman, and I absolutely love that. Beside that one, we have Michael Kors Midnight Shimmer. This is a really beautiful woody vanilla scent. It's one of my favorite vanillas, actually. I always rave about this in my videos because I get so many compliments when I wear this one, and it's just a really easy grab and go vanilla perfume. So I highly recommend that one if you haven't checked it out. Beside that one in the back, and maybe I'll just leave it there because it's kind of an awkward bottle and the lid is flimsy and likes to fall off. That is La Nuit Trésor à la Folie, my absolute favorite from the La Nuit Trésor line. I like it better than the original. It smells like sexy pink chiffon. It's just my favorite perfume of that line, and it's so pretty and so bold, and it lasts forever. Then over here we have Vanilla Woods from the Seven Virtues, and this is a caramel, vanilla-y, woody kind of a scent. I really like this one. Lots of compliments when I wear this one. It's very sexy, and also the Seven Virtues is supposed to be a little bit better for the environment, so I do really like this one. I've only had this one for about a month, so I'm trying to give it some love. Then up here we have Maison Margiela Whispers in the Library, and this one literally smells like what they say it smells like. It smells like an old building and books with a twist of vanilla. So it's very nice. The only issue with that one is that the performance is absolute garbage, complete garbage. So as you can see, I am putting a dent in it, which I'm quite proud of. I've had this for a couple months already, but at this point I'm mostly just using it to spray on my bed sheets and my pajamas because the performance just is not there, so it doesn't make a very good daytime perfume. Beside that one, we have one of my all-time favorite perfumes ever, which is Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb. I have smelt all of the flankers of Flower Bomb, and this one remains my favorite. This was actually this was a signature scent of mine about 6 years ago. This is also the perfume I was wearing when I first started dating my significant other. So I have lots of really good memories tied to this, and I just think the bottle is so pretty. And I'm sure you've smelt it, but it's just a very sweet, sexy, somewhat spicy, like almost like a spicy floral scent. And I just think it's so classy and suits every occasion, and I love it. Then coming over here, we have the most expensive perfume in my collection. This is from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is Baccarat Rouge 540. A lot of people say that this smells like cotton candy. I don't think it smells too cotton candy-ish. The way I like to describe it is if cotton candy grew out of a stream in the middle of a forest. That's what this would be. This does have a bit of an earthiness to it. There's fir resin in here, I believe. It's a very like balsamic and yet beautiful, glistening, luminous scent, and it's very bougie and very posh and has a really good performance. So it is one that I become anosmic to, unfortunately, meaning I can't smell it on myself sometimes, but I know other people can always smell it. So that is one that I definitely want to try wearing a little bit more often. Even though we're stuck in COVID, I think we should give our expensive perfumes a chance. Okay, so moving on to the second tier, the nice thing about this shelf as well is that you can reach your perfumes from all angles. So none of them are like stuck in behind other ones. So let's just start in the back. And we have Gold Couture from Juicy Couture. This is a very sweet, sexy, flirtatious caramel fragrance. And this isn't the most sophisticated scent. It's not very elegant, but it is one that I reach for on a regular basis. And it's one that I pretty much always keep out on my rotation because I do reach for it quite often. My boyfriend really likes this one. If you guys are just new to the perfume world, this has a reputation for being a very sexy fragrance and really liked by guys. I'm like a mature woman, I think, but I still really like Gold Couture, so that one always stays out. In front of that one, we have Mon Guerlain Intense. So I absolutely love Mon Guerlain. I have Mon Guerlain Intense, Mon Guerlain the original EDP, and I also have Mon Guerlain Floral. And I have to say, I think my favorite out of the entire line is the Mon Guerlain Floral because it's so bright and sweet, and it's just perfect for everyday wear. But if there is a season that is perfect for Mon Guerlain Intense, it is this season because this one is a lot more tonka bean and a lot more vanilla. It's just a lot richer and more dense than the original EDP. And yeah, this one I really like to wear for cold weather. As you can see, I have put a little dent in this. I'm so proud of myself. So in front of that one, we have Glossier You. This is kind of an interesting perfume. I haven't had this one for very long. I got it literally about a week ago, and this perfume is described as being smelling like you, but better. So this doesn't even really smell like a perfume. It's kind of an irisy, powdery, almost like it has ambroxan. It almost has like an ambroxy type of a feel to it, like Juliet has, again, not a perfume. Honestly, I just think the bottle's really cute, and I've wanted this perfume for a really long time, and I haven't really worn it a whole lot. But this is one that every time I come back and smell it, it just makes me appreciate it a little bit more. I'm just really enjoying like coming up and sniffing this more than anything. But I do need to actually try wearing it so it doesn't go to waste. And in the very back here, we have Valentina Poudre. I'm not going to pull it out because I just don't want to knock all my perfumes out of their place, but Valentina Poudre is an absolutely beautiful, sweet, tuberosy, powdery, floral scent. It's very sophisticated, it's very posh, it has incredible lasting power. The only issue with that one is that it is discontinued, and it's not really a winter perfume, but the reason I have it on my tray right now is because I just think it looks beautiful. The bottle is so stunning. I love the Valentina bottles. So yeah, I just keep it out mostly for decor, and it's like my favorite color of blush. So continuing on, in the middle here, we have Black Opium from Yves Saint Laurent, and this is Black Opium Neon. This is my favorite of all of the Black Opiums. This one just has like a little bit more of a fruity opening, and it's a very flirtatious, sweet, delicious take on the original Black Opium, and I don't know why, but I love this one. I love all of the Black Opiums though. I also like Nuit Blanche, and maybe when I run out of this one I will get the Nuit Blanche, but I'm nowhere near almost running out of this one because it's pretty new and I haven't worn it a whole lot. Then in front of that one, we have Poison Girl. This is the Eau de Parfum from Christian Dior. I have had the Eau de Toilette, and unfortunately I found the Eau de Toilette was not very good in performance. I was really disappointed by it, but this one has much better performance, and this is just a delicious, sort of a deep, dark vanilla orange creamsicle kind of a scent. And it's super intoxicating and super sexy, a little bit young, pretty flirtatious, definitely not like my most serious perfume. But I really, really like that one as well for date nights. And then beside that, we have another one from MAC. The reason I have so many MAC ones out here is because they're new to my collection and I want to experiment with them and use them a little bit. So this is MAC Creme de Nude, and this is a caramel, vanilla, and I think musk. Is it a musky fragrance? I can't remember, but this is just a really like, somewhat like Prada Candy. It's just kind of a very feminine, soft, caramelly fragrance. And I think there's also a dose of white floral in the opening, so it's got a little bit of a sweet white floral too, and it's just really unique and really pretty. And I've heard some negative reviews about it actually, but most of the reviews I saw about this one were pretty good, so I definitely want to give some attention to my Creme de Nude. Okay, so coming down to our last tier, and as you can see, this shelf is actually looks like it's bowing in a little bit, and it's actually a pretty sturdy shelving unit, but I think it's because I put all of my heaviest perfumes on the bottom one. I wasn't even thinking, but maybe I'll have to go through and distribute them a little bit better. So let's start out in the very back. And we have Mancera's Roses Vanille. If you haven't smelled this one before, this is an absolutely delicious, intoxicating, super long lasting beast mode fragrance. And this one is a very syrupy, sweet, rosy vanilla. There's actually not a whole lot of rose in this. I think if you're somebody who doesn't like roses, there's still a good chance you would really like this because it's very different and very sweet and very heavy. And I almost get like a woody, kind of an oudy quality about it, even though there's no oud in here. So I would definitely check out Roses Vanille, especially if you like something like Montal Intense Cafe. This is very, very similar to Montal Intense Cafe. And this thing is going to last me forever because you don't need very much, literally one spray and you're done. We have Zadig and Voltaire. This is her, and this is a really unique fragrance. This one's actually quite new to my collection. I've only had it for a couple of months, and you can see I've already put a really good dent in there. This is kind of an interesting, unique floral slash gourmand fragrance. So there is, I think, chestnut or hazelnut and whipped cream in here. So you would think that it would be a very warm, kind of a cozy perfume. And actually, this one smells quite cold. Like if a perfume had a temperature, this one would smell cold. It smells like an iceberg or something, which is interesting because that's what the bottle looks like. But I'm just going to take the lid off actually here. Yeah, I love this, you guys. I absolutely love this one. And I see mixed reviews about Zadig and Voltaire. This is her. A lot of people say it's just not quite right for them, but a lot of people really, really like it. And I'm one of the people who absolutely loves it. My boyfriend also thinks it's very sexy. Okay, so let's just move this guy out of the way for a moment so that I can get to my La Vie Belle. So the one in front of Zadig and Voltaire is La Vie Belle Intense. And yes, the juice is a little bit off colored in this because I think this is an older bottle. This one is actually pretty new to my collection, and this one is very similar to the original La Vie Belle, but this one also has quite a heavy dose of whipped cream and hazelnut as well. So again, it's a very like cozy, warm, really good for the warm or for the cold weather, just like a really cuddly kind of a perfume, but with that classic La Vie Belle DNA, and I really, really like it. Yeah, it's not my favorite La Vie Belle flanker. My favorite La Vie Belle flanker is the Intensement or Intensiment. But yeah, I still really like this one. And I'm trying to use it up because I think after I use this one up, I don't know if I'll buy it again. I think I'll just stick with either the original or my Intensement. And in front of that one, we have Nichane Annie. And this is a niche fragrance. This is one of my absolute favorite vanilla scents. This one is like a warm spicy, but it's also got a little bit of a fresh spicy quality about it. It's a very like heavy, rich, very unisex fragrance. I think this leans almost a little bit more masculine than it does feminine, but actually surprisingly, my boyfriend does not care for this one. He doesn't care for this one, which is weird to me because It smells so good. Like, it smells like something a man would wear. Oh, it's so good. Yum, yum, yum. So good, you guys. Like, and I could see him wearing this, so it's kind of weird to me that he doesn't like it, because I thought he would try to steal it from me. Honestly, I thought he was going to try to take it. But I really like that one, and I haven't had much of a chance to wear it because it's so unique and it's so bold and long lasting and it's very powerful. And so I just haven't given it enough attention, and I need to, because if I don't do it in wintertime, it's not going to get attention because it's just too strong for hot weather. And coming over to the left, we have one of my favorite Kayali's, if not my favorite Kayali. This is Kayali Vanilla 28. Very popular. It's not like, none of the Kayali fragrances are super, super bold or have like incredible performance. But this one I think is the longest lasting out of all the ones that I have. And I don't care for the elixir. This one I find to last a pretty decent amount of time though. This is just a really sweet, like brown sugary tonka bean kind of a fragrance. And I always get compliments on this one when I wear it. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly simple. It's not like a complex fragrance or anything, but always get compliments. And it's just like your quintessential girly vanilla, you know? It's your quintessential grab and go, easy girly vanilla. So yeah, this is the perfect time of year to wear that one, obviously. This must be like my vanilla tray because I have a ton of vanillas in here. Behind that one, we have Van Cleef & Arpels Orchidee Vanille. And this is another vanilla. This is another niche fragrance, although I think there's like controversy over whether or not this is actually niche, because these guys started out as a different company. I think they made jewelry. But anyways, this is from their collection extraordinaire. And this is a bit of a orangey, chocolatey vanilla. This one's very cozy. It doesn't project super far and it doesn't last like incredibly long. I think it's better than a lot, but it's nowhere near as powerful as the Nichane Annie. And, but yeah, I still get tons of compliments on this one. And this is just a really cozy, yummy vanilla. But it definitely does have, a twist of that like chocolatey orange aspect. So if you were looking for like a straight up vanilla, this would not be your first choice, because this definitely has a little bit of like a fruity chocolatey kind of an undertone to it, which I didn't think I was gonna like when I first got it, but it's turned out to be one of my favorite perfumes. And last but not least, we have Marc Jacobs Decadence. And this is a really sultry, bold, in-your-face, intoxicating, sweet plum perfume. I think there's also a vetiver in here. It's a very like earthy, yummy, sweet, bold plum scent. I think this isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I really like it. It's very unique and it lasts forever and it projects really well. And I just absolutely love the way this smells like in a sweater in the wintertime, especially in the evening. It's a very sexy perfume, but like I don't go out to clubs and stuff like that, but if I went to a club, this would be a great perfume to pick because it lasts for so long. And oh, I just love this, you guys. This one, I love coming back and smelling it. I find it super, super addictive, and I don't know if my boyfriend really likes that one. I don't think he's really ever said much about it, but I find it to be very, very sexy. So that's it for the bottom tier on my tray. And the way that I'm kind of going to do this is I think that every week or every couple weeks, I will switch out a perfume for one of the ones that I have in my closet. And my goal with this is that I give all my perfumes a little bit of attention and none of them go unworn. And it also gives me an opportunity to try out some newer ones that haven't really gotten a lot of attention, like my MAC and my Nichane Annie, and stuff like that. And also just to use up this one that just has such bad performance. So yeah, I'm hoping that by doing this, I won't get sick of any of my perfumes and I'll actually go through all of them and wear all of them. So that's it for today's video, you guys. I hope that you really enjoyed. If you haven't already, I would love if you would head on over and follow me on Instagram, where I share a lot of little tidbits of my life that I don't usually share here on YouTube, including outfits of the day and scents of the day and other things like that. And I'll see you guys all next time. Bye for now.